Are you looking for the best inch and an eighth threadless headset? What up, everyone? Welcome to today's explain and review on the FSA Pig headset. So a lot of people want to know why I recommend this headset a lot if you're having problems with your threadless headset coming loose. I've used this on a few bikes recently, but back in the day, I used to use this headset all the time. The main reason why is because it is by far way better than a lot of the other headsets because it can actually save your frame a little bit. At the same time, it makes it a little bit stronger, or if you damaged it, it could help bring your bike back to life. And yeah, it's just got so many benefits on it. It is a little bit heavier. Dang, this thing's I just folded my nails. This thing is a little bit heavier than most headsets, but for me, there's one little feature on it that just kills it, and it's kind of the reason why you want to run this headset, especially on the inch and an eighth threadless headsets. They tend to come loose, and it actually flares out the bottom of your head tube, and it makes your headset shake a lot. And when it's shaking, it's not the actual bearings, it's actually the cup inside the frame that shakes around and causes your headset to feel like it's shaky. So your headset can be completely pressed down and your fork could be still rocking. And sometimes this helps it out if the, how do you say, if the, what you call it, the head tube isn't too damaged. If it's too damaged, then this will kind of get you by, make it not as bad, but it will still end up causing your headset still to feel loose. So this headset comes in a box. This box is a pain in the butt to open up. If you plan on sending this headset back, or you're not sure, don't chew through this thing like an animal. Take your time. The little side flap is what you should pull open first, and then when you're pulling this one out, you can come to the back side right here and push the little tab out, and then that will let everything come out. But you want to do the side one, because if you don't do that, you'll end up ripping the box, and some of these shops won't accept the return item if the box is all ripped, which, you know, I mean, is not fun for a retailer getting a box that's all chewed on. And yeah, the next customer is not going to want to buy it just because it looks like crap. But just to help you guys out, I noticed that does happen. But check this out. It's got a compression, fork compression bolt right here. So we'll just kind of start from the top to the bottom. This one here, you'll press into to the forks if yours doesn't have it already. What's cool is this one has kind of a tapered bolt head on here. This has a 5mm hex on the top, and then it's tapered right here, as well as a cap. The cap is drop forged aluminum. It does have a recess right there, and it's also got an FSA logo on both sides, and it's lasered in there. Notice too, the cap on the other side, this thing has a little recess on the bottom and then kind of has a lip. The reason why they do that is so that it could sit on the headset really nice, or if you got headset spacers, it'll sit in the middle there and it's not going to want to walk or anything like that. Especially if this bolt isn't in there straight and it's actually crooked and your bolt's coming in like this, it won't make the cap sit all, you know what I mean, crooked. So that definitely helps it out. So you definitely need one of those, and it's kind of cool that it comes with it, because that thing tends to get jacked up on a lot of the bikes. If you have a threaded fork and maybe the bolt's stripped out, you can push this right into the threads, and it'll stay secured on there. So yeah, the headsets look like this. The headset is a big cup on the bottom. These got super tall shoulders right here on both the bottom and the top, and then it's got a top cup and all the other guts. So we'll start from the top. The best part is at the bottom, but there's some pluses right here. This is the little compression ring right here. Notice how there's a slit. These things are nice and aluminum. If you're putting these together, make sure that you put a thin layer of grease on anything that's touching another metal part. So on this one, this will get fully lubed up. You're not going to put a ton of grease. You're just going to get some on your finger and just kind of rub it around there, rub it on the inside and rub it on the outside. That'll get it nice and lubed up so that when it drops into this top little cup right there, it doesn't get stuck and not super hard to come out. Don't mind that. That thing will keep the headset tight. It's not going to make it come any loose or anything like that. So don't worry about that. Next, it's got a chromoly inner race, and then it's got aluminum outer race that's kind of pressed on here. So that's kind of cool. But notice how this top race is actually chrome plated. This is kind of cool because the chrome plating is a little bit harder. It just has a smoother surface, so it allows the other ball bearings to rotate a little bit faster, spin a little bit smoother. It allows the grease to kind of work its way in there and just roll really nice. I noticed that my bar spins are way nicer with these compared to sealed headsets, mainly because the bearings are just so smooth on this chrome surface. Going down to this little seal in here, there's a little seal. It just basically drops in right there. Then you're gonna have your bearing race. A lot of people have trouble with the bearings. They don't know which way to put it in because they don't look at it before they actually take the bearing out. But whenever you have a bearing cage like this, you always want the inner race like so on the inside of the cage so that this little outside of the cage doesn't rub onto anything. On the other side of the cup, notice how the cup is round, just like the bearings. So how I remember it is to basically put them this way. Now sometimes there's some headsets that actually have the race like this on the bottom. So if it's that scenario, then you're gonna want to put them facing up, and then it has like a weird cup top slash top nut, or cup. You're gonna flip it around, but you always want to put the bearings towards the inside of the cup. So I hope that helped you out. This has a pretty standard 1.1/8" headset cup. Another cool thing is it's got a tall shoulder right here, so this thing will press inside of the frame a little bit more than your standard one. So I think that's pretty cool. We'll get a little bit more towards that when I talk about the bottom one right now, and I'll show you kind of that scenario. So I'm gonna put this stuff back together nice and smooth. This one's gonna go on the top. Now going down to the bottom cup is a lot beefier. It is way thicker, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. It's also got a weird bearing. Well, excuse me. It's got a weird bearing in here, and it's also got a dust seal. It's got a bottom race as well. This race is also chrome plated, so that makes it roll really smooth. Super heavy duty, super tough. What you're going to want to do is take your old race off. That's basically the little cone thing here. A lot of forks nowadays have built-in races and stuff like that. So if you have one of those, that fork might not work for this. So look for a set of forks that doesn't have a built-in race, which might be difficult. But you'd want one that doesn't have a built-in race. If it does have a built-in race, don't put in this headset. I would recommend you just looking for another fork. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but that's just the nature of the beast. So yeah, you're gonna slide this race on it, press it on. Once that thing's on there, you're gonna put the bottom seal on there. So the bottom seal like so. Now, if you're wondering which way does this go and blah blah blah, same scenario as the other ones. But see how the cage is the other way? The non-cage side is going to roll on the actual race like so, and this bearing will be able to go inside of the cup like so. So once you do that, it spins relatively smooth. Also on this headset too, you're going to want to put in that race before you put, the dust seal before you put on the race. That'll allow it to have enough space to roll smoothly. Going back to the bearings, notice these bearings are a lot larger than the other bearing on the front, on the top. So I'm gonna pull them out. Standard headset bearing, Pig headset bearing. The ball bearings are way bigger. The reason why is they want more surface area touching. There are pretty close to the same amount of ball bearings. So on the surface, it will be touching more ball bearings, making it a lot stronger than the standard bearings on here. Also, too, the cups are super thick. Look at how thick these cups are. These cups are heat treated chrome moly. The bottom sleeve is super tall. I don't know if it's as big as this. Actually, look at it's even, this one's super long, but this one's even longer. And the benefit between this and the reason why you want to buy this headset compared to every other headset is because this headset will actually push up into your frame a lot more. The same thing with this one, it'll push into the frame a lot more. So if your head tube's flared out or something like that, it probably had a smaller, shorter headset than this one, so it only flared out the little edge. And you will notice it when you stick this headset into the frame. Even on a flared one, you'll actually feel it press into the frame compared to a standard headset where you could just literally grab your hand, push it right into the frame, and that thing will just fall out. You know what I mean? Like a loosey-goosey. So, you know what I mean? Having this will give you a little bit more life on your frame. If you're smart about it, you'll actually put one of these in before it even gets there, and you'll just press it into the frame and and your frame will literally take this headset and it'll stay more secure. It'll prevent it from even flaring out. I've had it on my bikes. I've jumped off of a lot of big stuff, cased a lot of big stuff. My forks have actually bent before the headset flared out, and usually it's the opposite way around because I do run 29-inch, pound and beer forks, and those things are super heavy duty compared to aluminum frame, and my frame is held up and the forks have just bent. So, saying that, this is the only headset that I would run on my threadless bicycle if I was you, just because it's a lot stronger. So take my advice. I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you out in some kind of details. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and make sure you share it with a friend that would love some information like this. Or if you've seen another video on our page, share it with them and say, hey, check out these people. They got a lot of information that the other guys just aren't telling you guys. But thanks a lot for watching my videos. Hope to see you guys next time. And support Stack BMX. Hit up our website and share with your friends. Peace out.